this your first Smallville episode?
Wait, so...
Welcome to the show. My name's Taylor.
Did you... Okay, so... what did you end up thinking, like, overall of the episode once you got towards the end?
It was good. Yeah. There was just, like, a little bit of missteps here, but overall, it's a really enjoyable episode.
And did you see what I meant about, like, the nerdy shit we could talk about here? Because there's quite a bit, I feel like.
Yeah, you do have a little bit of acknowledgement towards certain things. I feel like we're going to get a lot more nerdy in the next season. Because for me... I just get too excited about the drama.
Yeah.
I want more. I got another perfect ending here.
Dude, you're a gossip girl. Or should I say a gossip boy? Maybe you're a gossip boy. Is that your villain name?
Could I be the nerdy gossip boy?
Nerdy gossip boy. It's too much, dude.
NGB. I'll wear it on my chest.
You're like the new KGB, bro. NGB. Disgusting.
Everyone would love it. You're just jealous because you didn't come up with it.
Well, maybe so. But then again, I'm not you, dude. I don't know if I can live like that, bro. But, I mean...
Because you don't live on the edge. You just live the safe.
You like edging, bro?
You're like Pete.
I am nothing like Pete. How dare you? See, you're doing a real Pete thing right now. You're doing a real Pete thing.
I'm here to hang out and enjoy myself.
Yeah. So we are gonna get into this episode, and yeah, I have to agree with you. It is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's It's
definitely one of the top ones of this season, I think.
It's weird that in season 1 out of 21 episodes, there has truly been 5 great episodes, and we have to have 3 to 4 episodes in between, and it's been rough.
It's been a rough little ride, but it's been fun.
Maybe for you.
So. We have episode 18, Drone, of season 1 here at the Somebody Save Me podcast. And, yeah, let's fucking do it. Alright, so we're opening up. We got a nice little bee on a flower just pollinating and whatnot. And we're at Smallville High. And already, I guess, you can make the connection there of the title of the episode, Drone and a bee. So
okay, so
worker drone.
I immediately thought of Queen Bee.
Oh, okay.
The moment this came up, I said all I need is a female, and then I'm going to be happy. And the moment I had 2 females... Now, granted, I was actually wrong with who my first thought of Queen Bee was going to be.
Yeah, because you would want... That would be typical, which is kind of cool. You think, because it would be typical that it'd be that person.
Except the other one ends up living in a crack house. So, I don't know what it is.
She's off that honey, bro.
She needs more.
And yeah, so this bee is just flying around. Cameron's just following it. And we open up to Chloe. She is interviewing the presidential candidates for the class of whatever class they're in.
It's the presidential running of the freshman class, right?
High school president. And so she just interviewed Sasha. And already a little weird, a little nerdy. But, like, the nerdy ones, man, you got to watch out for them, bro. They can be scary.
Well, and what we have is not only the introduction of Sasha, but now, so to get her introduced is not only Chloe saying hi, but Chloe then goes and sits down with our main man, Pete. Pete is now going to...
Our main man?
He is going to give us the rundown of each of these candidates, where he's now talking about Sasha. Where Sasha is just kind of qualified in her own world. She would be a great presidential... I guess candidate, person, whatever you want to say, but she's a worker. She's not a leader.
Yeah. And how dare Pete, dude? He's just judging over here, bro.
Yeah, well, Pete is obviously just like myself in this case, the gossip queen. And he may be the king bee in this.
Dude, we need to talk about this first song that plays because when I looked it up, it was called the artist is Hot Action Cop. That's the band name.
That's
Fever for the Flavor. That's the name of the song.
Lickety lickety, huh?
But yeah, we already got some good music, though, to start off this episode. And I've noticed it's usually the great episodes got the good music.
How weird is that? Where there has been episodes that don't have any type of music whatsoever except a symphony in the background, and you obviously know this isn't going to be good.
It's just like little sound, like keyboard strokes just going on in the back, like...
Ominous noises.
Little Seinfeld.
Now to our next candidate, though. Can we have Pete now explain Paul, where Paul is the most qualified out of everybody. They say that Paul is the one that should be winning the election, except one big issue, according to Pete.
Popularity.
It's a popularity contest.
Yep.
It's not about who's the most qualified when it comes to your presidential candidate.
That's true.
And that brings us to our final, which is Felice.
Felice.
And obviously, I said Regina George. This woman is easily going to be the villain of my episode. And Chloe then makes her own burn, which I do enjoy. Yeah, but her name rhymes with the French word for luggage. Did you look up what the word was?
Yeah, it did mention it, man, but it does literally rhyme with it. You know what? Let's look it up. Let's look it up, because you gotta see.
Well, yeah, but it's just another Chloe comment that we have. I love the snarky remark where Pete, he's even laughing at it because he thinks that in a way, I don't, is he into Chloe at this point? Because
I feel like he drops those little hints or little, I don't know.
Because even with me right here, he's like,
mixed signals there.
You're just jealous. And then he looks at Felice. He's like, I'm going to go and talk to me some Felice right now. Pete, why
we know you're gay, Pete. Just chill out, dude.
No, he's not. He's probably giving him fashion tips. He just walks by. She walks by him.
Yeah, because he's just nobody.
Also, Felice would never be able to wear this shirt at school. Oh my God, what is this? This doesn't cover anything. This would never be allowed.
What do you mean? It's just the crop top, man. Everything else is covered.
No. That would never be allowed at school. Especially that's
Probably.
A 14-year-old.
Dude, they allowed Lana that one episode, bro.
They didn't allow her.
Yeah.
She was wearing far. We even both said that what she was wearing.
She was revealing more skin than she is.
We need a poll.
Also, head of the drama club. Did you know that? She's the head of the drama club. Or president of the drama club already. And head cheerleader.
Obviously, because look at her acting ability.
And I tell you why she passed by Pete there, because he's nobody. She remembers the article he wrote and is still probably talking about it to everyone.
What if she's wanting to just blow by Pete because she secretly has a crush on him and she doesn't want people to know?
All right, we're reaching.
Because
we're reaching. Enough of that.
All right, so now Felice walks up to Chloe, where it's pretty much people are interested in who Chloe's going to endorse.
Yeah.
Because Felice is now, apparently this article actually helps whoever she is picking. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought that the torch has that much power unless it's what I've said from the beginning? The torch is the main news source. For 7 years, she has built it up to what it is today. Paul now is wanting to know who is going to be that candidate. Felice essentially says, Paul, shut up.
Yeah. It's like wow, who knew a presidential run here at the high school could have been so aggressive?
Well, she even says no matter who she picks, it's not going to matter. I'm going to win the vote no matter what.
Confidence.
I don't know if that's the case, because otherwise, why would even Felice care about Chloe's opinion then, especially when Chloe makes her dig right now? The only person she gets mad at is Paul. Paul laughs at Felice. What?
Yeah. Asian dude laugh at white girl?
Okay, where are you going with?
Yeah, no, really. Like, Chloe makes a subtle joke there, just obviously at Felice, and Paul laughs.
It's a smart joke.
Why wouldn't you be mad at Chloe?
Because her article matters. That's my point, is that somehow this torch article on who she's going to endorse really is a big deal, because it's going to change people's opinion. Just like today's media. Am I right?
Hey. Now, I can get behind that. Or Felice is racist.
Yeah, let's get behind that one more.
So next scene, we are opening up with Paul at his home.
Okay.
It's his home. I assume he's on the computer.
Why would he make this flyer?
I'll fight for you.
This flyer?
He's got the whole Superman gig going on there.
No, but why does his face look like that? Why wouldn't he have, like, just a normal face?
I don't know.
This looks like something that would come up if you had a virus on your computer.
Yeah, they're going to know that's Paul. I'll fight for you. Who's Paul?
Who is that guy?
I know a Paul, but he doesn't look like this.
Either way, he believes this is the flyer.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
satisfied with it.
Printed it out. He's like, yeah, this is it.
And now it's time to get ready for bed, where he's going to be washing his face. Things start to happen in this scene where we start to hear a sound. But first, we're going to see some... By the way, I thought this was like termites or something. I didn't think that these were bees at first.
I don't even think you'd be able to see termites.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was like a roach. You know,
You
know what I'm saying.
So there's bees like pretty much all over his restroom, just low-key chilling. And so now, obviously, the relevant thing here in this episode is the theme of bees. Save the bees campaign. Hashtag Save the bees.
That's not
all they're
the
spitting in
message
our
here.
faces right now.
Okay, a lot
Save
of bees
the
die in here.
bees.
A lot of bees die in this episode. There's no way that's the theme.
Yeah, do they have that disclaimer at the end? Like, no actual bees were harmed in the making of this episode?
Why would you say that? Why don't they have that? Now I'm actually really upset. This is a really big deal.
They had so many Smallville's to blame for the bee shortage.
Didn't that happen in like 2005?
It's happening now.
I know. It's happening after this Smallville episode.
Damn.
We're getting to the bottom of this. This episode now may be going down to the bottom of my list.
And so there's all these bees, and Paul gets stung by one. He's over here already trying to take what is it?
The stinger out.
The stinger out.
And
yeah.
it's to help be able to soothe the pain. I've never been able to find the stinger. I mean,
it's so small, man.
Exactly.
And it digs in there.
Yeah, I never been.
It ain't no splinter. You can see a splinter.
So Paul then starts freaking out because he starts hearing now the buzzing sound coming from his bathtub. He then is going towards the curtain, where he opens the curtain, and I truly believe that somebody was going to be behind here.
I was hoping so.
Me too.
I thought it was going to actually be like a tub full of bees or something.
But instead, it's now going to get really intense because the buzzing is going to continue, where Paul turns around, and what are we having? The rattling of the sink pipes.
Yeah, the drain.
Where what shoots out is just a swarm of bees that come and attack Paul because this is Queen Bee coming to strike, who at this time I believe was Felice.
Dude, yeah, you would think that because honestly she just made a threat to him.
Just remember that made up comment there.
Yeah. Very big Candyman vibes again, dude. If we first had the actor who's already given Tony Todd already given his Candyman vibes and that jitters. And then now we have all these bees everywhere.
Well, also...
Who likes Candyman over there?
Well, also last episode's Reaper. Remember when we talked about the beginning of him sneaking up to his mother's bed or whatever?
Very Candyman-like.
Yeah, it was the shadowy thing, and we even said, isn't this the exact same opening? Instead of an old lady, it was a child and jitters. It was the exact same scene.
Damn, that is true. So the French word for luggage, valise, is valise.
Valise?
Valise. Valise. I don't know how they would say it in French.
Do you think that her middle name is Navidad?
That would be great.
That would probably make...
Navi for short.
What if that was her villain name?
Christmas?
Why are we doing this? See, this should have been See, they should hopefully... Do we even confirm if Felice makes it out of this episode or not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna get to there.
Okay, no, we're gonna get to the... I know we're gonna get there, but I'm just saying, could this happen in a future episode where she could become a villain? Is really what I want.
Well, fun fact, she actually does come back in a later episode
See?
in another season, but she plays someone else.
What?
I think.
How does this character not get to see? This is what Smallville misses out on. They need to keep the bullies.
Yeah. She's not even that much of a bully, bro. No one's scared of her.
But it's still a character I can keep around that I could turn into a villain later, is my point.
Perhaps you are right. Perhaps.
I'm always right. You know this.
I'm always right. Yeah, whatever, bro. So as we're getting a commercial break, dude, we still got a minute here. I mean, yeah, I would think it I don't know if I would have liked it more if it was Felice after all.
It's
I
always...
think it would have been too cliche, you know?
I just would have loved her to like keep going as far as the attitude wise versus I'm not going to say who it is yet. I'm going to stick with
Felice. We're going to surprise you.
So at Felice, it's just, I wanted the attitude. I wanted the villain where it's just, I'm the queen bee. Mm-hmm. At school and in life, that's what I was kind of hinting at with the hand in hand. And you know what? I just wish I watched Mean Girls. I think that's where I'm at.
She was giving off very big plastic vibes.
A lot of... Now I know where Regina George is based off of. Once again, Smallville has just shocked me beyond anything. The plastics was based off of
Tina
this
Fey
episode.
and Amy Poehler just like, you remember that Smallville episode? Drone?
You know what? I do.
Yeah.
Should we have a group like that?
Instead of Felice, we'll call her Regina.
Oh my god. But same blonde hair, same tank top, same jacket.
Hell yeah. So after commercial, we come back. We're back at Smallville High. Apparently, Paul Chan's accident is in the paper.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal because he was the
They got obituaries on that high school paper?
He was in the running for the presidential candidate. This is a huge deal. This is for the freshman class of Smallville High.
He basically almost got stung to death by all those bees, and now they're actually sending a team to investigate this whole little fiasco.
Well, it's now going to be shaking up the election, so you would think that with Paul now out of the race, somebody else is going to have to be able to step into place. Which is where Pete goes with his idea that Paul is just going to get a few sympathy votes, but he's not going to truly be the candidate. So they're going to need somebody new to support.
And Pete, being the bro he is, I guess, signs up Clark without his consent.
I love Clark's reaction. What the hell
He's
did
like,
you
what
do?
did you just
what?
do?
Dude, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. What the...
Yeah, he's about to smack him around after this scene, for sure.
Okay, do you want my theory about Pete right now for this episode?
Gay?
Okay, I'm not saying that. But in a way, you may think that. So this is my theory. Remember,
straightforward?
He hasn't been spending a lot of time with Clark.
No.
This is his way in order to do it. So he signed him up as a presidential candidate, and he was like, I'm going to be your campaign manager. So in a way, they were forced to hang out finally. It's a little sad, which is why...
It's kind of funny, too, because he still goes and hangs out with Lex.
but
hey, Pete, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom.
But he spent more time with Pete in this episode.
Dude, that is true. You're straightforward. People like you.
Well, Clark is even trying to figure out why would he ever do it.
Looks, brains, and the whole farm boy charm. Dude, Pete loves Clark. He's in love with him.
But the perks of power are there. So you would think that Clark would be all about this because what has Clark always been wanting to do? Fit in.
Fit in.
So this would be his chance where finally he's going to be able to be noticed, which in a way that's why he was wanting to do sports too. It wasn't because he wanted to be just the king and be football captain or whatever. He just wanted to be noticed by the student body. Which Clark is so tall and gigantic, he would have been noticed in a regular school.
Everyone pretty much does know him, which is kind of crazy.
And that's what's strange, that he still doesn't feel the love.
And farm, you know what? It's a matter.
You think he's more conceited than we're just giving him credit for? You think he just cares about himself?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I would.
Selfish.
Hey, Magic Man Clark, all right?
You want a trick? I got one for you.
And the thing is with the football, though, you make that point, is because, I mean, you don't have to do a lot of public things like public speaking and all that. I feel like that's what the biggest concern is. He's like front and center in front of everyone. He has to make speeches. He has to like make his case, do all these flyers and shit. Football, you just go to practice and play games.
You know what? Not everything can be easy. Sometimes we have to work for things, especially if you want to be a person of power. Okay?
Tell it to Clark, man, not me.
Well, Pete wants to be the guy behind the guy, so...
He wants to be the guy behind the guy?
That's what he says. And so the one who makes
Theory
it all
just
happen...
getting stronger and stronger,
Look,
dude.
He's excited. Pete Ross, the kingmaker. See, all you gotta do is shake a couple of hands, and then you're gonna be the president. Look at this. We got it. Chloe, obviously, is not a fan of this.
Bro, she's like... kind of a whole bitch about it.
She really is horrible towards it. And it's almost like because he wasn't wanting this for his entire life, that means that he shouldn't be able to run.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it. And we talk about supporting your friends in this episode. She doesn't do a very good job.
She's like Ron Weasley in Goblet of Fire.
What a great... Oh my god, what a comparison.
Because it really, when you think about it and you watch that movie again, it's like, why are you mad? What? This makes no sense.
Joseph, did Harry put his name in the goblet?
Nope.
Did Clark put his name into the election?
Nope.
What are we doing?
Chloe's a Weasley.
And, yes. In this episode, yes. And now Pete is starting that chant, and the entire hall goes for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I thought Pete was going to be left hanging. But the entire student body starts, Clark, Clark, Clark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's pretty popular at this point, I feel like.
Well, to your point, everybody knows who he is, and how wouldn't they? And this is also the other side to Chloe that I hate. Listen, lady, you know how many people's lives I've saved in this town? You know what? I should be popular.
Yeah, let me be president.
Yeah, I should be. You know what? If you nominate me, I'll save you all from a blowing up of a vehicle.
Yeah, he makes a speech. He's like, yeah, so I have powers. I actually will vow to save everyone. Don't demand anything else.
That's it. I got your back. Don't ask questions and always close your eyes when I'm around.
Clark! Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. I'm here.
So Clark's kind of like, he was thinking about it, you know? Before that scene ends, he's like, you know what? Maybe this won't be bad.
And people are chanting your name. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it.
All right, and so we open up on a road. We got Lex 1, bro. Lex 1 car. What's this?
This is
Lambo? Is it Ferrari?
I thought it was Ferrari.
I think it is a Ferrari. And we pulling up to the red Mustang, and a lady dressed in red.
Red skirt.
Yeah, red skirt.
And red hair.
There's no way this is a trap, though. This happens all of the time with people. Yeah. They don't call a tow truck. They're usually fixing their own.
Yeah. And Lex immediately just gets out of the car and calls his handyman.
Well,
like, yeah, come to Route 9. You got a problem here.
And this is what he does. Yeah, let's pick up that car. Hey, do you need a ride somewhere? My house is just 2 miles this way.
We could walk over there if you'd like.
Oh, but Dolce & Gabbana and a red Mustang? You're from Metropolis. What brings you to Smallville, little lady?
He's the greatest detective, bro.
Yeah, this is what Batman probably followed for a while.
How does Luther do it?
How does Luther know everything?
And so basically the vibes here is that this lady is like, oh yeah, she's just, you know, coming by. She's not a local, obviously, but Lex slowly deciphers like, you are definitely here for a reason. And this already now feels a little sketchy. I think you're laying out some traps here.
Well, it's because, once again, we have such a horrible liar where I can't tell if she's trying to seduce him or what. Where she's giving off this type, to your point, a vibe where it's like, oh, I'm so innocent. I need your help, Mr. Luther. Mm-hmm. Don't you want a story from this guy? So I don't know what you're gonna try to do. And isn't he younger than you? Is he 21?
Yeah.
This is actually a weird tactic that I feel like where she could have just ran up to his door and
just
rang
asked.
the door. Yeah, exactly.
Because then she makes her argument here.
She could have done it from the start. She didn't have to go through all this.
Women.
Oh, God, I'm not going down that road.
What do you mean you're not going down that road?
Huh?
Nice pun.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Dude, nice, bro. So basically, this girl's name is Carrie Castle. She is a reporter at the, the Journal? She says the Journal, I think.
Yes, it is the Metropolis Journal, where she says that this is me wanting to interview somebody that usually is not interviewed. And Lex
actually make you look good.
Well, because Lex even says, there's already been articles written about me. What makes you different? To her point, those are all gossip columns. I don't want to do that. I want to write an entire piece.
Like legitimacy, like separate from your father, like about you. And then it's only going to benefit her as well. It's going to be a win-win. Lex gets talked about nicely in the public. And then you got her trying to get a promotion.
Can I just say this? This is another point that Victoria that I hated. Once again, a woman is coming up to Lex with an idea that benefits both of them. Lex goes along with it. Mm-hmm. So they both would end up winning. There should be no problem here. Everybody wins. So somehow end up, obviously, somebody doesn't win. And we'll find that out. It just bothers me. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. She's,
because Lex buys into it. This is fine. I admire your efforts in what you pulled today. But I'm still not interested. But you could tell by his smile and his reaction, you know what? I'm into this.
He's like, you get points for style. Dude, Lex got the game, bro.
Let me just leave you in the dust.
No wonder Pete's so jealous.
What do you mean Pete's so jealous?
Yeah,
what?
Dude. He wishes he could talk to Clark like that.
Well, now we have going into Smallville High, where Clark and Chloe are walking down the hall. And who do we have?
We run into Sasha, who's throwing a little fit here. One of the presidential candidates, she said, Clark, what's going on? Why are you running? What the hell?
This was a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you picked up bad things on this reaction.
I picked up already from the first scene they showed her. I was like, I think that's the villain.
Why? Because she's weird? And she looks like she may be smelling like a crack house?
Well, every comment she's making is so, like, backhanded a little bit. And also weirdly ominous, I guess. Like, it's kind of dark. You're like, you're kind of weird and crazy. I could see you killing someone.
You just always have to pick out the weirdo. Can never be the good-looking girl, huh?
Pretty if she actually dolled up a bit, she'd be fantastic.
You know what?
She looks like a little weird, nerdy Lana knockoff.
Oh, is that why they couldn't have her done up? What if her and Lana are twins?
Oh. Conflict on set for Tom. So yeah, she's basically kind of making the points Chloe's kind of making. Like, you've never shown any interest for student government, blah blah blah. Like, you shouldn't be running. Like, why are you running?
Well, but once again, we have a Goblet of Fire situation where I love the comparison. And so now it's Clark having to say, don't worry, it's just a gag. Pete nominated me. This isn't my idea. I just hate Sasha's reaction because it's once again, well, somebody just got hurt in this race. So if somebody else were to get hurt in this race, I think I know who I'm going to go to.
Yeah.
I think they should have maybe toned down Sasha's reaction a little bit just so we could be like, all right, maybe Sasha's just being kind of friendly and being like, Clark, why are you doing this? But her reaction, red flag.
It's a huge red flag. I would have been alerted, like, already. It's like, so you're going to take your name off the ballot? You just said it's a joke, right?
Like, it's bad enough with Felice already. What is going on? Why can't we just have a nice race? You know what? She's just trying to buy this election.
Yeah, dude. I would immediately be like, this is a crazy girl here.
Well, the good news is that they're not actually going to be... You know what? You would think that Clark, after having that type of reaction and telling Sasha that it was just a gag from Pete, that he would decide, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't run. Because remember, Clark is the hero. Clark doesn't like to upset people.
Mm-hmm.
Clark takes the different route here. Why does Clark take the different route?
He wants to be cool, bro.
But after having that conversation with Sasha, it's more like, you know what? I'm going to get back at this bitch.
Yeah.
Because
She
she
sucks.
comes up to me.
The audacity.
Thinking she could tell me what to do?
Honestly, and then Chloe makes her little comment, because Clark genuinely asked her, hey, if I actually ran, you think I'd have a shot? She's like, yeah, after I'm elected head cheerleader. Bye.
What's the problem with that?
Hey, Chloe, turn around real quick.
No. It's got to be the forehead slap.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Imagine he did that in the hall, bro, and like everyone's like, how the hell did he do that?
Oh my god, did he?
Everyone's starting to try to do it or something. It's like a trend.
No, he would go to jail for hitting her, Joseph.
He smacked her on the head. And if anyone recorded it, you'd think he's going to jail?
Yes!
For a head smack?
Yeah, if she passes out from it.
Alright, but if they check her out, there's nothing wrong?
You're talking about
It'd be okay if maybe she went a little mental after it or something.
She's out cold. What if she has to be in like some type of therapy?
Nah, man, nah. He wouldn't go to jail. No. My vote is he won't go to jail.
Either way, Sasha's the one giving up the flags. Clark making that little slight comment to Chloe. We now have to assume Clark doesn't believe this is a gag from Pete. He's actually going to end up running.
Yeah, and so after that, we have, back at the Kent house, we have flyers being made. Clark Kent for president. The parents are now finding out.
And now we're trying to get their reaction here, where Martha and John are all about it. They are believing that, yes, Clark, you should be going out there. You should be trying for this. This is something that you can do. Clark's reaction is, since when do you guys allow me to do anything?
Which is kind of facts.
Okay, does he really what are you doing here, Clark, that's going to make us not say
honestly,
yes?
Yeah, what are you doing here, Clark? Don't you have to take care of John's chores?
Well, John's not doing anything right now.
But Martha does make a good point. You don't have to use your powers. You could do it. Why not?
I also like whenever he tries to take that sip of milk. And
out of the bottle?
Hey!
Yeah, straight out of the bottle. She's like, dude, what the hell?
Dude, she raised her hand there for a second.
Basically.
You want me to go get the kryptonite belt, Clark? We know it hurts you now.
John, go get it. It's like, we don't have the bell, but we have these knuckles.
Oh my God. I just like that Clark says, no pressure. And then look at his
Oh yeah, because John gives him a weird smile, and then
he scrunches his eyebrows. Like, what are you doing?
He's like,
first the touch last episode, and now this. You know what? Clark is bothered by John's reactions lately.
Yeah, this is yeah, it's weird because the last episode was a breakup.
Yeah.
And then now it's trying to rekindle the flame. And
he's like, go out there, slugger. And Clark is like, don't call me slugger.
Oh.
Finally, we are at the Talon, which
Yes!
is my favorite spot.
Lana's already mad.
Well, this is why it's weird. Joseph, what are you noticing about the Talon now?
It's empty as hell, bro.
How in the world is it empty? Where now Lana is telling us that it's deserted, it's vacant, and she is freaking out because it's the Beanery.
Beanery's trying to make a comeback, bro.
Is somehow putting him out of business. I just wish they would have told us what the Beanery is offering.
Dude, maybe it's that little pinball machine.
Maybe it's better coffee and better service.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean, they have a high standard. Lana got fired from there, so.
So, just tell me.
Whoa, oh. Clark's like, remember, he's like, so you're having bad business here, Lana, where you work, and where you didn't work, they're doing great.
And she has tried coupons. She has tried price cuts.
I offered to blow someone.
That's not what she said. That is not what Lana would do.
Sorry, dude. I know we're in high school, bro. I'm sorry.
You
know they're talking dirty there, bro.
That is not what she wants to do. All right?
Please buy my coffee. Please.
She says, at this rate, we're going to have the doors closed in a month. What are we to do? You know what? I'm going to go and get Lex. Where's Lex?
Yeah,
apparently, Lex hasn't been there in a while.
Yeah. Even he's deserted it.
I can't lie, though. What does she expect Lex to do?
Yeah, he's just like,
to go kill the Beanery?
He's just the owner, like the business owner, like.
And he invested into her, which is the deal from the start.
Like, you are the boss.
You came to me with this agreement saying you were going to run it, that you didn't want me to make it a parking lot. What am I missing here right now?
Lex, I need help.
This is supposed, and granted, she does say that she is determined to win and she's going to continue to battle. I just hate the cold shoulder and the comment about Lex, because this is your thing, lady.
Yeah, it's true. She fought for this shit.
This is you. So keep fighting for it. Don't
maybe.
bitch.
Where's Nell? Maybe she needs to put some sense in her.
Nell is probably welding something in the back, like a new art design, an art piece. Because she doesn't have the flower shop. Did she already sell it?
That's right, she did.
She sold it, right? Because it was for sale. I don't know if she sold it.
That's right, because she was selling both.
Exactly.
So I think she did. I think she sell the flower shop.
We haven't seen her in the flower shop.
She's been gone, bro. She said, I'm going to sell this business. You're going to live at the house by yourself. No guardian, nothing. And you're going to work a job by yourself. I'm going to ditch you. I hate you.
She's probably living in that house that Hollow Kid left.
The West Wing side house or whatever?
That's what they were doing.
Dude, she's just living on the mansion?
Of course.
Oh, man.
But Lana wants to change the subject now, where she is asking him about the election. Oh, so you've heard of that? And Lana goes, I think you'd make such a great president.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Does she even go to class?
Are we ditching class right now? No, that's probably after. But yeah, she makes clear arguments like, you're honest, people trust you. You're hot.
And you have this, no, she says you have
I wish she said
innate sense of justice. She doesn't say you're hot. And what's great, though, is that she's like, and I can see it on your face. Every time you think somebody is being mistreated, you truly believe that you're going to help them. Clark's face is, oh, my God.
It was like that Zoolander moment. He was like,
stop.
Stop it.
And you know what I hate? Why are you reacting like that? She would say that to her cousin, Clark. That's not a compliment that she has a crush on you.
Yeah, remember, this is her brother.
Just pick up
her little brother.
Yes.
Even though Clark's older, I'm sure.
Yeah, but she has a job and she doesn't go to class now.
Oh.
This makes her older.
Oh.
Work years.
And so yeah, they just smile weirdly to each other. Scene ends, and now we're at the mansion.
Scene done.
Now we're at the mansion. Clark, unannounced here.
Well, and by the way, you say that except Lex immediately knows who it is.
How did he know?
Because it can't be unannounced.
Then that means he was alerted, huh?
He was.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no way he knew unless he knows this man's footsteps.
What if he does?
Or he has a great sense of smell.
Probably. Ooh, Clark probably has that farm smell.
Yeah. Damn, what if he did just like low-key smelling like shit all the time? That'd be so funny. No wonder Lana doesn't want to date you.
She's
waiting for you to take a shower.
His farm boy charm is really farm boy scent.
And so apparently there was flyers for Clark's president run
because
on his car.
Pete is overzealous, which you would think if the license plate said, you think Pete was throwing a shot at Lex, being like, look, I'm hanging out with him and you're not. Either way, he is wondering why Clark is stepping by. Did you swing by for a campaign contribution? In fact, I don't like this.
You don't like that he's like trying to speak up for Lana?
Yeah. I don't like that he is here for this reason, where he's truly coming to Lex going, dude, what are you going to do?
Yeah, hey man, Lana says she hasn't been talking to you, bro. What's the deal?
Yeah, like, are you going to do something? You got a plan on helping her out? She's been trying everything, dude.
Also, here's my thing with Lex. This man, does he only play pool when people are there? If you notice that, he's never playing by himself.
Well, there's no way he's playing a full rack of pool. It's gotta be a 4-ball game.
No, that is a full rack. Watch.
He's got a full rack?
Yeah. She's doing an admirable job.
Oh,
Full
he does have
rack.
full rack.
So my theory is he only plays this when someone's there so he can show off.
Okay, that or he's just wanting to make it seem like he's bored. And this is just a business tactic that he does.
He doesn't even offer the other person a stick.
No, because if they ask him for another stick, then he'd probably ask for money for a gambling. It'd turn into a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air scene.
He'd be like, oh, you play?
I'm not very good myself.
How much money you got?
I don't have very
You want to
good.
play me in my house? And so, back to the point, though. Clark is here basically telling Lex, hey, why don't you show some solidarity, man? Help out Lana.
Well, Lex is even like, look, Clark, you're already starting to sound like that presidential candidate because you're already looking out for your, constituents, whatever?
Constituents,
I think. I don't... You know what? I'm going to go with yours because it sounds better.
It's definitely a word. I'm not making shit up here.
No, you're making shit up. All right, so either way, he is saying, Clark, I think you need to come up with a new slogan because everybody has used yours, including myself back in the day.
I love that. He's like, you ran for president office? Like, yeah. It's like, did you win? Of course.
Of course I did. But do you have any tips for me? And also, if Lex did run for his class president, this would have been like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
It wouldn't have been very long ago.
So you telling me they voted for the bald kid?
Where did he go to school?
I thought he was beaten at home for school.
Actually, what if he was, and he had to beat Lionel in the race?
Today's lesson, 5 slaps to the face.
Today's lesson, Lex, you have to beat me in a presidential race. Are you ready? Do you have your speech?
It's just Lionel there. No one else. Maybe some stuffed animals somewhere. So Lex is basically just handing them that advice, telling them you'll win on your own terms. You don't need any pretty much tips from me. But remember, the man of tomorrow is forged by his battles today.
And you know what? Clark is still... I want to use that. Can I use that? Sure you can, Clark. He didn't come up with that on his own. It's obviously a book reference.
It's kind of weird, too. He's like saying knock yourself out. It seems like he didn't want him to use that. It was weird.
Well, it's because it was a weird thing to ask. Lex
Can I
didn't
use
have that
that
as a slogan. That was truly something he read that he was just repeating to Clark. Clark, can I? Yeah, of course you can. Next time, read a book.
And so we open up on Smallville High again, and Chloe is seeing that there's a new flyer for Clark Kent for class president, the Man of Tomorrow, which of course, a nod to the comics, that is a storyline as well as one of his names.
Yeah, it's a great Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. It's one of the Alan Moore greats, and that's exactly one of the few stories that he ever wrote about, because he is obviously the biggest asshole in comics, which is why it's so amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because if you ever ask him, hey Alan, how do you like your work back in the day? Hey, if you ever talk to me about comics again, I'll slit your throat. Comics are for babies.
Dude, he has such a unique personality, but weird infatuation with comics as well. Like,
Swamp Thing is one of the best run of all time. I have all of them because it's so freaking good. You ever want to see a love story that you wouldn't think would work? I still want to know how they have sex.
Hey, you never had sex with the Earth?
How do you do it?
Dude, if you have to ask, you probably will never know.
Dig a hole?
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Look, you find your own method, all right? You'll win on your own terms. You don't need any tips from me, man.
Getting back to Chloe now.
So Chloe's already making a face because Clark did say he wasn't going to run. But now she's finding out, oh, he is running.
And she gets like this ultimate snooty attitude where
she becomes real Ron Weasley right now.
What is going on right now where she's just completely disgusted by his new slogan? Oh, the Man of Tomorrow, huh? New slogan, new everything. Lana then makes the perfect time to come up here.
Man of Tomorrow, I love that. It's really catchy.
I just think
and Lana's over here, Chloe's over here like, ugh.
That sounds great. You know what? You have my vote.
So yeah, Chloe immediately goes, so you're running because of Lana, why am I not surprised?
Okay, why does she even think that?
Hey, Chloe!
That's not why he's running, by the way. He made his decision while he was with Chloe. which is why this doesn't make any sense to me. You saw him make his decision
also,
in
the
the
very
hallway.
last person you saw was Lex.
Yes.
Not Lana.
Was it? Why?
Lana just said, "Hey, I think you'd probably be good at this."
That's it?
That's it.
That means that it's Lana's fault now.
Yeah. And he got all just giggly about his compliments.
You know what? But Chloe doesn't care.
I just want to know what you stand for, Clark. It's just, what's your stance on things?
You know what I stand for? Truth, justice, and...
Other stuff.
baggy stuff.
And... So Chloe immediately goes like, well, you want to be a little more
she's about to cry.
Yeah.
Why does she look like she's about to...
Dude, she's like weirdly mad about
Like,
this.
this is
Like
so...
very passionately mad about her friend running for president candidate.
What are the issues?
I'm sorry, are we freshmen? Why are we so mad?
Tell you about the issues, because there is an art budget that's about to be cut. It's about the nutrition that's going to be happening.
Yeah, the
in
nutrition in our
lunch.
cafeteria. What are you gonna do about that?
What are you going to say to that? And don't even get me started about how everybody feels about any of the classes.
Oh, Clark, you're an idiot.
You don't even know what you're talking about. I just don't get it. Oh yeah, it's the whole
Dress code debate. So that's good though. That's good that's actually acknowledged because, I mean, there have been episodes where it's questionable, just like earlier, like you said with the crop top. So they're like in that middle ground where like pretty much anything goes.
Yeah, so a girl like Felice is ruining it for everybody by wearing a crop top like that. This is why we have to have school uniforms, folks.
Felice, you suck!
Yeah.
Felice was wearing a crop top and Juicy Couture pants, so I got a crop top and Juicy Couture pants.
Thanks a lot, Felice Navidad.
And so Clark's like, dude, slow down.
You know what? I think the man of tomorrow should have a plan for today. And then storms off. Like, what in the hell did Clark do except wanting to get his face out
He literally
there?
made a flyer.
What, and handing out buttons?
He made a flyer and said, yeah, I'm running. And it's like, so if you want to vote, just vote for me. Clark, you suck. Your whole campaign is just trash. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just so bad at everything. I'm sorry, are you my campaign manager? I thought that was Pete.
What's your plan for solving world hunger,
Hey, Chloe.
dumbass?
Chloe's getting smacked, dude.
You want to hit her this
Dude.
episode.
I'm hitting something.
Pete,
Well, that's just abuse, man. I can't hit him for no
guess
reason.
who comes up now?
Oh,
So we
Pete.
got Pete coming over with the master plan because there's a girls volleyball game this afternoon. We need to make sure we hit that because it's the court the jock vote. I don't know why you would have to go to the girls volleyball game to court the jock vote. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah. The jock vote or the girl vote?
And also, here's the other thing too. In all fairness, even especially with Chloe, it's like, listen, with the jocks, Whitney better be telling the entire team to vote for me for what I was doing with him and his father, going to visit in his hospital, organizing that
I
football
was the
game.
reason he was there.
You know how you get a Make-A-Wish Foundation? You talk to me, cause I got it done.
You know what's crazy? Whitney tied this man up as a scarecrow. Clark saved Whitney's life like twice. He got him away from like those robbers, those Shadow Cat robbers, and he got him to go talk to his dad. I think he owes him.
I think he owes
But you
him
know
that.
what Whitney would do? Not do that.
No, Whitney's voting for Paul.
Nah, he'd probably vote for Felice.
Yeah, he so would. Hey, Felice, you need a ride home?
Oh, so I wanted to mention here too, with Pete being his campaign like behind man behind the man or whatever, and then I think I mentioned this to you the other day, but obviously Lex mentioning he ran for president, class president, or whatever, but he actually does in a storyline run for president, and he becomes president, and he actually in one storyline he gets Pete as the vice president, man behind the man.
So Pete was always destined to be that guy.
VP.
So Pete is actually a big character in the entire comic world and in the show world. So Pete really is just a great guy all around.
Yeah. Is
So
that what you got out of that? Because I hate him in the show.
Well, you know what? All you have to do,
But
Clark,
he is being a bro in this one. I will admit. He's
just
being a
act
bro.
like you're a fan of the fine arts because we both know it's stupid.
Yeah. It's like, hey, just keep your night clear. We got a band concert, I know, but hey, it's a popularity, man. You gonna get it, bro.
Hey, Pete, you're my campaign manager. Can you help me out with my speech? Yo, man, I'm just the voice. I just go to people to talk. The writing is you.
Yeah, you can talk, man. I'm good. I'll support you, but no, I'm not writing anything for you.
All right, Clark, see you in the cafeteria. And look who we have coming up.
Sasha rips off his flyer off the wall, and she gives him that weird look like, so he is running.
And now...
And where do we go now? Where do we go?
Where is this place?
We go to Sasha's campaign headquarters, which is a crack house?
It's crack house. This is full on where people make drugs. There is no other reason why she would have... What is she even doing? Why is her even...
Where are your parents?
She says her parents want her to win beyond anything. And also, why is there a big banner that says headquarters like people are supposed to come in? What is this? She's not...
The campaign headquarters, crack house.
She has...
And notice this, though. She has the flyers of everyone running for president, but one of them is flipped over.
Because she already took care of the problem.
Because that was Paul.
But she had to do another flyer. And we have a dripping on her face. What seems to be dripping on her, Joseph?
Oh, it's some honey. And there's a whole bunch of noise of these bees, and Sasha yells, stop. Uh-oh, we find out she is controlling bees.
Well, the moment she goes into the crack house, I said she's Queen Bee.
Yeah.
Because who else goes into a crack house?
Queen bees.
And now we have a very weird deal where the bees, when Sasha freaks out because the bees are buzzing, she screams at them, telling them to stop.
And the bees make a formation of her face.
And they want to smile at her in order to cheer her up because they know their queen is no longer happy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how they're able to make sure she has a smile on her face by giving her a smile back. This is really disturbing.
And we are going with the villain name Queen Bee.
This is certainly Queen Bee, which is first appearance Justice League of America number 23. I believe her original name was Azala, where she was actually from space, and her whole thing was to come and to take over. So that was kind of the original premise of Queen Bee whenever she was first introduced. And then they actually, after that issue, I don't know if she came around for decades after, but Queen Bee, it would have been cool if she was from another planet. And that's all they had to do.
Yeah, because they will give an explanation on her power.
Which I would have wished they would have showed her origin. That would have been a great little thing,
That would have been actually very cool. Like, just show the accident because apparently it happened a year ago.
But once again, we have an episode where there's a lot put into it where I don't know what you would be able to cut out.
Dude, we forgot to mention when it opened up on Chloe seeing the flyer, bro, they were playing Jimmy Eat World.
Hey, don't write yourself off yet.
Dude, they got some good songs in this one, bro.
That's how you know. It's
like the budget. It's like, all right, we got to save the biggest budgets for these episodes. Get all the good songs. Get the good actors.
It's this easy. We've had now episodes with Good Charlotte, with Sum 41.
Oh, yeah.
And now we have Jimmy Eat World, where you're automatically going, those episodes got to be good.
You see, like, any type of soundtrack, it's like, okay. And so, next scene coming up, we have at the torch, it looks like, what is it? It's Chloe. She's working on her... I guess her paper because she's going to endorse someone?
Well, kind of, because this is actually what I was confused about, and maybe you can help me then. Because Chloe is working on, it looks like the torch where it's her endorsement of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Clark then comes in. Chloe, any chance you could help me hang us some posters? Listen, Clark, how many posters do you need hung up, you conceited SOB? Didn't you say your campaign manager was a little overzealous? How many more posters? It's a small town.
Tell me why Clark's not just doing this by himself because he can speed run?
Because he wants Chloe to do it for him. But he is then asking about who she's going to be endorsing, but she has to be remaining as an impartial member. But this is the thing. She just said right there, I'm working on my bee story.
Yeah.
So she's still writing about the bees that occurred with Paul's attack. And this is where you're finding out that, in a way, the bees now have been missing from places.
They didn't migrate from their usual places, and a lot of beekeepers have found their hives empty.
That's weird, because bees are notorious followers.
Yeah, wait. Clark weirdly is a bee nerd for some reason.
You know why? Because my mom's addicted to Discovery Channel.
You hang out with your mom, Clark?
Yes, of course he does. Why wouldn't he hang out with Martha? By the way, I would hang out with Martha.
I hang out with John when he's drunk.
He would beat you.
Maybe.
Get that belt.
If I have powers, he'll beat me. If I don't, he'll love me.
But now we have where Clark is saying... This is where Clark is just happy about doing this because he got invited to a party. He is pumping up his chest. I got invited. Hey, Chloe, did you? No, but you're not my +1 either. He's throwing it in her face. And Chloe, I didn't know that it would just be one day to make you conform. That popularity was now your most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is where things kind of cross the line for me.
So, yeah, Clark's like, yeah, what have you been working on? Let me check it out. So he goes and checks out some like write-ups, drafts, whatever.
It's the drafts of her column about her endorsing
She
a
endorsed
candidate.
Paul Chan.
Joseph, I don't understand his reaction. What do you mean you're endorsing Paul? What the hell do you think you are? Clark, you just decided to run yesterday.
Yeah.
This is a rough draft. I could have written this 2 days ago. Chloe, then, obviously...
It's like I had to be objective.
Yeah, this is for this school. I can't just pick you. And also, Clark, everybody sees us in the hallway. If I were to pick you, I think everyone's going to say, I wonder why.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn obvious, dude. But Clark throws the biggest hissy fit I've ever seen.
He's a real John in this episode.
Yeah, and Chloe, granted, is being a Ronald Weasley, but this is where her Weasleyness rubs off on him because, dude, what? You can't get mad at this.
No, dude, let him get mad. He's 14 years old.
No, he's not.
He's 14. So we go to the Talon after that. Clark storms out of the torch, and so him and Pete are visiting Lana and getting in on, I guess, the half-price lattes. Because, yes, a lot of freshman people drink coffee. I guess that's a thing. I've had a problem with that since the beginning.
2-for-1 deal. Lana says, oh, this is the last step before I institute topless waitressing. What? What?
Lana wants to get naked.
That's
all I read.
Did she have another flower in the back that she's not telling us?
She kept it.
I'll use it for a rainy day.
So now they're...
Well, hold on. We gotta have Pete shot here too. Lana says, my next step is to install topless waitressing, where Pete says, well, I hope your 2-for-1 deal fails miserably.
Yeah, because he's such a ladies' man. Dude, he makes so many blatant jokes, bro. We know. You're not straight, bro.
No.
No.
He is.
It's okay, man.
He's gonna go now hang out with all the jocks because Pete is one of the guys.
Yeah, they call him Ross. Hey, Ross. Want to shoot some hoops?
Yeah, you wanna go? And Pete now is going to hang out with the guys. Clark then takes his walk with Lana while they are still catching up.
The Beanery apparently is making some threats.
I don't understand the shots here from the Beanery. I wish I would see
I'm gonna run this place down to the ground.
But don't worry, Lana. This isn't personal. This is just business.
It's just good business.
Did you quote The Godfather? Why does every 40-year-old quote The Godfather? Because it insists upon itself.
Fun fact, Godfather, one of the writers was involved with the original Superman movie. And, of course, Marlon Brando was Jor-El in the original Superman movie. And he played the Godfather.
Very nice. I knew the Brando thing. I didn't realize that. Really? One of the writers for it?
One of the writers for it. Let me get his, I have his name. I have his name.
You don't have his name.
I have his name.
You don't have any names.
Yeah, dude.
Never have names.
Mario Puzo.
You just made up that name.
Mario Puzo.
You
writer.
looked at the ketchup bottle.
He was involved with the cereal box in the morning. And so, basically...
He's talking about his political and how a challenge it is. But Lana wants to know how's that speech going.
Oh, yeah. He's having a tough time. And then what does Lana do? I offer to help him out and write the speech. Let's hang out.
Tomorrow night, but Lana, are you going to have enough time for me? Lana then looks around at her empty coffee shop.
And her boyfriend. Yeah, I have plenty of time.
She looks at him. Hey, I'm going to be busy, Whitney, tomorrow night with Clark. Thanks.
Yeah, make sure y'all are gone by then.
She is the worst. I would dump her ass so fast.
Dude, she would have been gone, bro.
What has she done for Whitney? Clark has done more.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, there's no exaggeration. If I'm Whitney, I'm like, Clark, bro, come sit down. I got a seat right next to me. And I would look at my jock friend, get up now.
Yeah.
You do that for my dad? Get out.
All right, dude. What's next after this scene here?
No, it's more like Lana is wanting to say, I can squeeze you in.
Oh,
her
that's right.
Lex
Lex
then
shows up,
approaches.
dude.
Yes.
Lex shows up. He's like, wow, it really does suck in here. It's like, and he just tells, like, most new ventures don't make it. You have to prepare yourself for anything that happens. Like, And it could happen. But hey, it's not my fight. It's yours because you wanted this place to be in business, huh?
The Beanery has declared war, Lana. So now you need to be able to come up with your own methods.
Get your hands dirty, idiot.
And don't worry, I'm not suggesting anything illegal.
Yeah.
To quote The Godfather,
gotta go check the mattresses.
That movie should be banned from basic cable. And she just storms off. Lex, by the way, just comes in at the worst time. He just comes in. He just says something that he has nothing to do with the first time around, and then he gets blamed.
Yeah. And so now we're back at Smallville Smallville High the next day, and Felice is handing out her pins, her buttons. And then we got Sasha here basically saying, hey, you're going to need to drop out.
You have 55 seconds to leave me alone, Sasha. Otherwise, I'm going to spit in your face.
Yeah, and Sasha's like, yeah, you're going to drop out. So, yeah.
And it's weird because if Felice is the front runner, I don't understand why Sasha just goes up to her and says, you know what? You're going to drop out right away. Because you know what the problem is? No hive can have two queens. So you know what that means? Maybe if you actually paid attention to nature, you would understand something, Felice.
Finally, someone says something. She said, you know what? You're a freak. I'm leaving. Get away from me.
I would actually call the cops immediately, especially what happened to Paul. I would immediately be like, okay, Sasha's killing people.
Yeah, and so it's weird we have a little cut there, like, because we're back at the mansion, and I guess Lex didn't notice before he laid down that his masseuse is that reporter girl, Carrie Castle.
Your masseuse doesn't come in until you're laying down, face down, right?
Dude, you definitely introduced each other beforehand. There's no way.
I don't want to know who's touching my body until after.
Yeah. Like, come to find out it's like some big dude or something. Like, so basically, Carrie's making her, I guess, shooting her shot again on getting this report.
She's doing another plea to say, let me do this article. Obviously, I was able to massage your back. This is where you're going to cut me some slack.
Mm-hmm.
Luther is buying into it once again. He just loves his redheaded women that just play games.
He's redheaded himself, dude.
Well, we don't know that anymore.
In first episode.
Well, not anymore. He's not. So.
Well, genetically, he is a redhead.
I don't think it counts. His eyebrows aren't red.
Damn it. You're so right.
So.
Well, hers aren't either.
Miss Castle is just still once again convincing him, but what I do love, Lex says, fine, you got yourself a deal. Okay. Grabs her tape recorder. I'm ready.
He's like, hey, yeah, you got an hour. I paid for an hour of this massage.
And by the way, a little bit lower. Okay, Ken, this is a really disturbing scene that we have.
Oh, yeah,
This is actually a really
So we have
bothering...
Principal. We haven't seen the Principal in a while.
Quan!
Yeah, Principal Quan. So we're in the parking lot. He's trying to get out, and someone's blocking him. And so...
He immediately knows, by the way, who it is.
Yeah. Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, he knows.
Very weird.
Well, no, not if it's the only white buggy.
That's true.
It would make sense.
I guess he would know probably the students that do drive.
And he probably watches the head cheerleader.
And so come to find out, he opens the door to Felice's car, and she is covered in bees.
She's like convulsing on the ground right now. It's...
Yeah, okay, so just to show you, she's still alive. She's not dead.
No, I know, but they say even in this scene right here, like, so it looks like for me in this scene, I immediately thought she was dead. I couldn't believe it. We're now cutting to the next scene where Clark is still handing out his buttons. He hands these buttons out to these two guys. Just pay attention to them for me real quick here in the back scene. Got a little pause. Yeah, look at him. Yeah,
Clark, go Clark.
Thanks for the button, dude.
Yeah, Clark's just like, Vote for Clark.
Goes and sits down next to his campaign manager, where Pete is still just happy that he's hanging out with his best friend.
Dude, he is so giddy, bro.
He's loving every second of this.
And then Chloe walks in and it's like, hey, guys.
Pete.
And they're both give her the cold shoulder like, hey. And she even flips over the key, the little pad, the notepad, just so she doesn't see anything.
Well, Pete says just answer no comment, then she can't turn anything against you. Like, what?
And so now you see why I think Pete's gay. Because remember, we thought he was into Chloe, and as soon as Clark doesn't like her, oh yeah, I don't like her either, Clark. I never did.
And we just found out that Felice is in a coma now. Because she was stung much worse than Paul, so they had to be able to put her in a coma. Of course she's in a coma. Her body, she should be dead.
Yeah, honestly.
That was really...
Those stings probably looked crazy.
Yeah, and especially for how many there are, by the way.
And so now they actually get serious here. Oh, 2 candidates in the same week? Yeah, this is definitely not a coincidence. Even Clark points that out.
Would you rather get stung in the face by bees or pushed in front of a school bus?
Bus.
I think I might have to take the bus too. That one.
I'm not getting bees stung on the face.
And especially
dude.
when you're trapped in your car that way.
I've been stung by a bee one time. It was in the ear. That was close enough.
And at least the one hit from the car is just that one initial.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'd take probably a little broken bones, some bruises over some fucking stings.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
All right, so Clark knows that can't be a coincidence. 2 people, there's no way. Chloe is skeptical, being like, guys, it's bees. There's no way. But you guys think that somehow somebody is controlling
And
them.
Clark points out, remember last summer Sasha fell into that hive or thing and she got stung a whole bunch of times?
Where would she have fallen into a hive?
Oh no, I fell over.
Where was the hive?
They explain that.
Do they explain where the hive was?
They do.
Is it in the well?
No. No. And so, Chloe says, well, in the meantime, watch your back, I guess, and then leaves and...
Well, she says, I'm still going to look into this for you guys. Remember, I'm part of this gang too. Mystery gang.
They're all being idiots.
They really are. This is a lot of Weasley-ness going on.
This is your territory, man. You love this drama, bro.
I do. That's what I live for. Because the next scene, we have Clark now at his locker. He is grabbing his stuff, getting ready for the next class. And then
Sasha pulls up.
Freak Show comes in here and is immediately like, listen, you need to drop out of the race right now. Listen, Sasha, I know she, like...
She kind of sucked, but I mean, no one deserves that.
Yeah, and she just acts like that she is the one that took care of Felice.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, so now she's out, I think it'd just be best just to let me win an election, so why don't you just drop out?
Yeah, Clark, you should just be done with this. And...
I'm sorry, she mentions her parents. My parents are riding. I gotta do good at this election. I'm sorry, where are your parents? You have a crack house.
This is the other side of it, too, because we also ran into this other problem with other parents in the past with the Mr. Summers. Why are all the parents so horrible in this town?
Dude, small town, bro, they can get away with a lot.
This is my other theory.
They're on meth?
Crack house. So my other theory behind this is because the ones that have the attitude are the ones that were around Hothead, the coach, and a part of his teams back in the day.
Oh.
Yes.
So that makes sense. It was that generation.
Exactly. And that is why, in order to just make your son or to encourage your son, you beat them.
Yeah.
Or your child.
Yeah. We're getting dirty now.
Of course. This is a pattern here in Smallville.
And Sasha tells Clark's like, you're making a mistake, Clark.
Well, that sounded like a threat, Sasha.
So, dude, this is clearly red flag, like, number 3. Yeah, you're the villain, for sure.
Well, you wouldn't know what happened with Paul and Felice, would you? No. Why are you even thinking of me, Clark? Well, maybe it's because you came up to me acting this way.
Yeah, you psycho.
And
freak.
threatened everybody.
Yeah, there's 2 candidates out in the election. It's only them 2 and no one else. So, you're kind of an idiot.
Well, my thoughts are somebody is behind it that would have to be involved in this race. It's obviously not me, Sasha. So
yeah, she's like low-key freaking out. I was like, damn it, he's figuring it out. Yeah, okay, you made it pretty obvious.
You know what Sasha should have done to Clark to throw him off entirely? Well, Clark, tell me about your speech you wrote.
Speaking of that, in the next scene, we have him meeting up with Lana again, and they're going over the speech.
They are going over the speech because what does he have written down, Joseph?
Nothing.
Because he hasn't done anything. So Lana has to come over here and say, Clark, you have to be able to write what you believe in. So Clark, what do you believe in?
Bro, next question. Pass.
There is no pass.
Dude, yeah, I don't understand. This man cannot think for a good idea to save his life.
He can't. He always needs somebody else to tell him a good idea. He's Edward Norton from Italian Job. He just steals people's ideas. He doesn't have any imagination on his own. Is that like an alien disability?
Probably.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Maybe it's all that sun.
Krypton thing.
All that radiation, dude.
Yeah. We figured it out. But, so...
And then Clark just flips the script here, like, yeah, I really like what you've done with the place, Lana. It's really dope.
You think that was a shot at her?
Like, oh, yeah, let's stop talking about that speech,
Yeah. Look at that chair. Nice chair, Lana.
Yeah, the place looks good. The place looks good.
Lana then is saying, yes, but I want to be able to do more with this. I want to be able to fix up the movie screens. I want to be able to fix up the projector. I want to be able to get this back up into that old-time theater that it once was.
Clark says, She's just not playing the Godfather, right?
Oh my God, Clark, you're so adorable.
Yeah, and she immediately goes, come on, Clark, get back to the speech.
You have to decide what you believe in. You know what I believe in? I believe in my friends.
And their dreams.
Why don't you know?
Are you 5?
Why doesn't this is a Miss America's pageant speech that he is coming up with?
I promise I will do good things.
Why doesn't he say, "I believe in you, Lana"? Why doesn't he give me this moment where he?
Why would he do that after she made the
he
little
can
brother
make
comment?
a little move right now. He could kind of insinuate something. He can finally move himself across the friend line. But instead, he has to go, "I believe in my friends." You are burying yourself, Clark.
You need to drop out.
Just put the dirt over your face. You are doing this to yourself.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's like, oh, I'm going to get her now with this. But Lana then, she doesn't even think it's adorable. She thinks, you know what, you're pathetic. What if your friend's dreams come crashing down?
Hey, they're not going to come crashing down. Not while I'm here. I'm sorry. Are you going to save the business, Mr. President?
Yeah, okay. Did you see this, though? I just have to rewind this. I'm sorry. I just have to do this. So you just
She stares at his lips.
Yes, she does it again.
I wrote it down. I was like, she is always staring at this man's
Look at it, look
lips,
at it
bro.
down. Just come up with it. Oh, she's wanting this farm boy lip. Just give it to her. And she might as well bite. If I had her, like, Chloe underbite and then stare at the little, look at that. And now they start hearing something. To
Buzzing.
ruin my moment, it is now the buzzing sound because Miss Queen Bee
has sent her drones.
and she's not going to allow Clark to escape.
That's right.
He is the last candidate.
So he does some x-ray. He sees that there's a whole crazy swarm of them in the vents coming at him. And so he
This is nuts.
It's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. And you just shove her in.
Like, Lana, get in this room! He just like pushes her down, bro. And then so they chase him, right? And this man over here gets him trapped all in one room. Honestly, what would happen? I don't even think they could penetrate his skin.
No, they couldn't.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing. I think he was just like wanting them to be able to come in one room so they all couldn't see him.
So he rips off like one of the pipes in there that's...
It's the cryogenic pipe.
Yeah, it's some cryogenic pipe in the talon. Well, I mean, maybe they have that for like the drinks and stuff or something like.
No, Mr.
foam or
Freeze's
something.
gun is kept. Did you not know that?
And so it becomes a snowstorm in that room.
Look at this.
The entire place is covered in like that.
It's frost. It's gonna break. This
Yeah,
is all Mr. Freeze.
Lana was just talking about how she needed repairs in the talon. Clark's like, oh, rip off the pipe. That's an added one to the list. Oh, you gotta clean this up now, Lana. I saved your life. Remember, I said it wouldn't come crashing down on you while I was here. So, clean it up.
Around, he's like, Lana, I got all the bees. This is a big mess. Hey, I gotta finish this speech.
Yeah, I got this speech right. So I'll be right here, but you got this, right?
You cool?
You good?
You know how to call, right? I don't. I don't work here.
Bro, Clark's a low-key dick.
He's
high half the time, and he's a true asshole in some ways, and I don't get it. But, man, like, no one's gonna... Like, what do you do when you report to the police?
So...
You'll never guess.
This swarm of bees... Is this Clark? Is this Clark Kent again? We're not coming out there.
Is Clark Kent there?
We're not doing it.
They're like, no.
No.
Clark, leave. Leave, Clark.
He's like this. Well, I'm not helping any of his friends. This Lana?
Lana, oh, Lord.
Oh, my.
We'll be there soon. We love Nell.
Hey, she closed that flower shop yet?
Bro, imagine if Nell was the actual one that supplied the Nicodemus flower.
Imagine if Nell was the one that was harvesting the bees.
Oh.
Because of the Nicodemus flower. And that's how they were able to combine and get their abilities together.
Okay.
Nell is the one that's causing it all.
Fucking Nell, dude.
Because she can't sleep with Black, so this is how she takes out her anger.
So I guess after they don't clean up the Talon...
And no police come.
Yeah, they go to... Whose front porch is this? Is this the Kent house? I see the barn in the back.
No, this is Lana's.
Okay.
This is Lana's house. It's just the camera shot at the different angle.
Okay. Gotcha.
And he is looking at her boo-boo where he's like, ooh, you got something there. Ooh.
Oh my
Is that
god.
a
It's like
stinger?
one sting,
Ooh.
bro. She couldn't do this by herself?
I just
Where's Whitney?
Whitney doesn't need to know. That's why they didn't call the cops. They didn't want Whitney to know that they were together.
Yeah, I got stung.
Well, Nell just came home, so now you need to get off. Go. Go away.
Yeah, had a nice time tonight. It's been such a blast that we almost died together.
But you know what? Sorry that we didn't get to finish your speech. Don't worry about it. But right now, I need to go take care of Sasha.
Yeah.
What do you mean take care of Sasha? This is actually one of the only times, though, that he is revealing what he's going to do to Lana.
Yeah.
This is one of the only times where he's blatantly telling Lana, like, who the villain is. Like, hey, no, Sasha's the one that's attacking everybody.
He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she has something to do with it. For
Yeah,
sure. And she's like, what?
Lana is, for once, not kept in the dark, which I can actually respect coming from Clark's point of view here, because for once, he is not hiding something. He is the man of the people. He's coming quite the candidate.
He's the man of tomorrow.
Whatever happened to him?
So, he even talks about how Chloe, like, yeah, we're not really that talking that much.
Hissy fits.
Yeah, because Lana says, well, why don't you have Chloe go help you? I was like, well, we're not really talking that much. Can you believe she didn't endorse me? And Lana's like, I mean, she was trying to be objective, Clark. I would have done the same thing, idiot.
You weren't qualified. You just decided to run yesterday.
And it wasn't even a decided. He got forced into that shit.
It's, again, this is a weak argument coming from Clark's standpoint, and it once again makes me feel like, bro, how can Chloe not get mixed signals from you? Something that small where you're like, what, do you not like me? What, do you not, what? Like, I'm here for you. What, are we not together? Are we not doing things together? It's such a bad reaction because, once again, poor Chloe. You are giving her mixed signals, bro, and then you're using that against her.
That's true, because I think he even says something to her later where...
Yes!
There's
actually,
like
it's a mean comment, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a really low blow because it's a brother comment that Lana gave him. Mm-hmm. He gives to Chloe.
The love triangle of brothers and sisters.
This is... You know what? This is Kansas.
So now we have on the next scene, we have Clark going to the crack house headquarters. Sorry, campaign headquarters.
Campaign headquarters.
For Sasha. And he is basically checking out what the hell. Okay, first off, look, dude, I know it's his campaign headquarters. We're just going to break in. We're just going to break in.
I want to know where this house is located.
Yeah, how does he know where every student lives?
I don't know exactly. How do you know?
Because I think there's been times where it's, someone knows where they live, you get the information, something like that. I know this man ain't going to school records. Illegal. Second illegal thing is break in here. Also, how did you even know she lived here? Did you go speeding around and found crackhead headquarters? It's like, this has to be it.
Unless this is just the Smallville crack house. And everybody knows where this crack house is located. And this could just be a thing. This could just be like that small town, like rundown home that everybody knows. It's like 8 Mile. Where they burnt out that home because it was a bad home. Mm-hmm. And so, same kind of concept here. Everybody knows where Sasha, for some reason, doesn't care that it's a crack house. That's where her headquarters is. Come inside.
Do crack with me. And so, Clark gets in there, right? And he's
looking around.
Already sneaky. Very sneaky.
Very sneaky. He's wondering exactly what could be going on, where somebody then comes up, grabs him from behind. Joseph, how would he not know she is in here? How would he not know that Chloe is in there?
Like, where was she standing? Because
the door
didn't open again.
How big's the crack house? We assume that it's as big as a single room, right?
Yeah. And
what she do? Stand in the corner like, he can't see me. He can't see me. It's like a Hereditary. She's smiling in the corner.
Yeah, she probably had her clothes off, and then he walked in.
What?
And was like, should I do it now? Maybe he'll love me again.
What if she was waiting for him that way, and she had the honey dripping on her? Oh, Clark would still turn her down.
And so Chloe tells Clark that Lana told her about the Talon event, and so,
well, Clark is...
They're basically now making up.
And he's wanting to apologize. Saying, I don't hold it against you that you did not endorse me. I finally realized that I need to be an adult and understand that you have to do those things instead of being biased.
Yeah. But she is honest. Like, I could have warned you, after looking back on it.
This is the shot. Oh my God. The shot heard around the world.
What does he say?
Where Clark is now going on and just kind of giving the excuse on why he flipped out, which, by the way, it's a terrible excuse. a lot of things have happened to me in this past year, Chloe. A lot of changes have happened with my parents, with my relationship with Lana. But you know what? The one thing that has always stayed the way it is, and that will stay the way it is forever. You, Chloe. We will be friends forever.
Yeah.
Chloe is devastated. Just completely shot in the heart.
Yeah, that's cool, Clark. Anyways.
She really just said, okay, I'm going to go home and kill myself.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Clark. I'm going to now walk
go in the
over
corner,
here.
pull out a gun.
I'm ready.
And as she walks away from that little apology, we have honey dripping down on Clark. First off, he just touches, feels like honey. How the... I feel like there's a lot of things that could feel like honey.
It's a small town. They know they're honey.
Do they?
Yeah, he lives on a farm.
Is that man gonna go and taste some fertilizer and be like, oh, this is goat?
Wait, this is goat?
Goat poop, yeah. He'd be tasting oh, some good soil. Yeah, he's it feels like honey. It's and then that's what you usually find in a hive. And guess what? We have
my God.
An actual hive
at
the top of this crack house.
And they're not even freaked out by it. The size of this hive.
Bro, they don't even freak out with dead bodies.
They look at it and it's the size of a castle and they're like, huh.
He's yeah, this would explain the honey that has dripped on you.
Huh. Yeah, I wonder how she's controlling them.
I think she's emitting something called the queen mandibular pheromone. What the hell are you saying to me, Chloe?
She picked that up, though, when she fell into the hive, when she was stung over 1,000 times. And this is the key factor of it. They were Africanized honeybees.
Okay.
Because she was allergic.
Okay.
That's what then caused for the miracle recovery, because where do you think it happened, Joseph?
In Shuster's Gorge.
How big is the Shuster's Gorge?
The deepest crater in town.
So where do you think we would find something?
You do the meteorite math.
The bees did something to her to make her queen bee.
Yeah,
so
yes. Kryptonite infected
exactly.
hive.
And so we would have to say kryptonite bee sting.
Kryptonite hive, whatever the hell. And also with the Shuster's Gorge, that was a nod to Joe Shuster, which was one of the Superman creators.
That's very nice. So he had the deepest hole in Smallville. Is that not the case?
It was quite a gorge he had.
Alright. Thought there was some type of comparison.
Yeah, dude, it was just funny because that is really a little nod to one of the creators of Superman. So pretty cool. But we're gonna add that to our list. Obviously,
we have to. It's actually kind of multiple things here though, because it's the bees too that you would have to say also.
Well, Africanized honeybees, but the fact is these. Well, I guess
they would have to be right. They would have to have had kryptonite in them.
Well, the hive was infected, so yes, the bees in turn are going to be infected as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think kryptonite hive.
Okay, so just chalk it up as that.
Because that's the origin of it, and so it takes her to get. Also, lots of things play. She's also allergic.
That's right. Yeah. No. There's a lot
So
of factors in it.
she's going to have a different reaction to the bees, I guess, versus say Chloe, who's probably not allergic. She probably would have died.
Interesting. So you think maybe if you weren't allergic to the bees, then you would have died. But because she was allergic, that then became a factor for it that made her somehow even survive.
Yeah, and I know it makes no logical sense, technically, but it's only because kryptonite's involved here.
Are you trying to say that how they get their abilities makes no logical sense? Is that what you're really trying to say?
Well, if you really look at it, it's if she was allergic, she should have definitely died.
You know what? I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't like it, Joseph. This entire show makes sense.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
You know what doesn't make sense? Lana and her relationships with these boys. Whitney gets played. Clark gets played. Lana just ends up living her life happily.
Hey, man.
These boys need to team up together.
Yeah, they need to take down the real villain.
Yeah, Lana Lang.
And so, Chloe's just kind of going into this whole thing, how she's controlling them. Well, the drones are very loyal, so if she's able to control them, then, they'll do anything that she wants them to do, according to, emotion, too.
Well, and that's what she even brings up there, where Chloe says it's all going off of her scent and her pheromones. So if her emotion and her reaction to something were to change, then her pheromones were to change, where that could then be a bad thing for her.
Yeah.
Because then the bees could turn against their own queen, because in a way, you no longer smell like mom.
Yep.
Like you're a stranger.
They're gonna attack someone that's not the mom.
It's that simple.
But yeah, it's an interesting little thing here. This power is kind of.
No,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really, and I
cool.
wish that we would have just saw the very beginning when she fell into the hive itself.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, there's a lot of scenes in here. I don't think you could cut a lot out.
Yeah, and so after that little explanation, we come back to the Talon. Lex is by himself, and Carrie Castle, the reporter, walks in. This is their time to shine for this interview, I guess.
Well, Lex, I thought we were going to be by ourselves. Well, obviously, if you look around, lady, we are by ourselves.
Yeah, this place sucks.
And Lex wants to know how the article is going, where she is giving him, once again, one of those speeches that all people seem to give Lex, which is, I'm going to lie to you, there's no way you're going to be able to find out. I don't understand the people that constantly do this, and maybe this is just a theme for the season, because they didn't know what to do with them right now, but it's like the third person that has just tried to come up and double-cross Lex, like you're not going to find out.
Dude, it's unwinnable. Like, it's clearly unwinnable. You know, 3 chances, all struck out.
And it's weird because he even goes on with what he finds out, and that is she has been writing an article that is just skating. There is nothing that is positive about this article. It pretty much seems like that she's writing it as if he's a spoiled brat that doesn't deserve anything that he is fighting for.
And, you know, the little thing she mentions here is like, well, you know, in order to take down a Goliath, you need to know his Achilles heel. 2 different, you know...
Hey,
what do you want to call it?
Lady,
historical figures or mythologies.
I thought we were both getting something out of this. Once again, this is where the person doesn't make sense standing in Victoria. You already got Lex to agree. Nobody has ever written a piece about Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't this have been a big deal for the journal and for her career in general? But instead, what is she doing once again? She's turning into a gossip piece.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense to me.
She's an idiot.
Do
you remember her initial plan to get him on the road?
That's true, but then so you're telling me that she's so dumb because she doesn't realize that her fake plan is actually a good plan?
Yeah.
And her real plan is actually a dumb plan.
Yep.
That makes sense.
That's obvious here.
I just wish, once again, people would give Lex the benefit of the doubt. I will say when it comes to the show and these people, you know what they could be doing, which is why they're always so much older. They think he's a kid.
Oh, yeah.
They think they could play him.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's their biggest problem.
Yes.
And they forget, dude, he was raised not like a regular kid.
Well, this is obviously, once again, one of those chess matches that he's constantly having to play with his father, because he even says, what is my father giving to you?
Yeah, he has to be behind this.
She even laughs it off. Of course, you're paranoid still, thinking that it was your daddy. Lex is getting angry. And so he's even wanting to know, what is it going to take to get this article to go away? If you know that anything about me, I'm not like the whore at the Inquisitor.
Yeah, like what?
It's that guy, right?
Yeah.
She's talking about that guy, right? The
I
guy
think
that,
so,
yeah. The one that he
what's
hired.
his name,
yeah.
dude? Because he's the one who helped him with the Clark research.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Dominic.
No, Dominic's the counsel dude.
Yeah, he's Luke Lionel's.
Yeah, no, I know exactly your guy.
Yes, but so that's who she's calling a whore.
Damn.
Like, that was a blow, dude.
That was a little blow there.
Yeah, I mean, Lex is even, he's like, ooh, I'm gonna get her.
And so after that, she walks out on him. We go back to the Kent farm. Sasha actually unannounced here. Actually, no.
No.
He called her over.
Or left her a note, because that's why she's carrying that in her hand. Otherwise, I have no idea why she's carrying a little piece of paper there. And, Joseph, what was his plan?
I don't know what he's about to do here.
He just comes up behind her. He's like, yo, what are you doing? You gonna stop? I know it's been you.
Yeah.
Clark, what is this?
Yeah.
This is a horrible
plan
already.
What he first says is that you should be the first to know I'm dropping out of the election.
Yeah. Do you believe this?
Oh, of course not. But he's just telling her that just to see, like, I guess, her reaction. Because, like, you know, I'm glad you came to your senses. You know, voting for any guy just proves, like, whatever. Like, we need a strong school leader.
Again, all right, I'm going to give Smallville the benefit of the doubt. This is what I do. I have to give both sides. Mm-hmm. You know what I think he's trying to do? Change her pheromones. He's trying to change her emotional reaction to certain things. So he's trying to see if it's going to work. That's my only thought on his plan here.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise...
That would make sense. I think that is what he's trying to do.
Because he wants to calm her down, and he wants to make her feel relaxed, where then he wants to make her angry. He's wanting her to go through the entire emotional cycle.
Yeah.
And I think it's to confuse the bees.
I feel that. I actually think that's good. Because that makes sense. I mean, they just had the combo.
I like to give Smallville benefit of the doubt.
And then Sasha's over here, like, doing her brain blast thing with Jimmy Neutron. And teaching you that politics is all about sacrifice, whatever that means.
Well, she realizes that Clark was playing the game and playing against her. So Clark then, see, he has to think something. But she goes, you may be immune to my bees, but your mother's not. You're going after Mom now?
Dude, that was crazy. I like that little turn. It's like, yeah, but what about your mom? Like,
that was a nice little twist.
It kind of reminded me of The Dark Knight when he's just like, oh, yeah. But you're good, but he's not. He's like, who? Your driver.
I wouldn't have told her. I wouldn't have told him, actually.
Until after. She was a real villain.
Yeah, and just wait until something happened. And then when you step outside of the barn, then you see her body and the bees. And then you said, oops, Clark, you're right. You did win the election.
Dude.
Best queen bee ever.
That would have been nuts. And yeah, you see Martha just out in the field just mowing lawn because John's not doing it.
Of course. Who is the one working? Not John. What is John doing?
Where is John right now?
He's inside watching the sharks that he says he doesn't care about. Damn liar Jonathan is.
Dude, Jonathan's the GOAT, bro. He's living the life.
No, what it was is he has to tell Martha. So Clark said he needed a barn because Sasha was coming over.
Yeah, so I can't work. I can't work right now.
I wasn't able to go out. Clark has his friends coming, so I'm going to hang out inside. I think I need to, clean these towels or something. Martha, can you go use the tractor?
Hey, yeah, I don't want to do the field work today, so you got it, right? Clark said he has the barn. I can't do any of the barn stuff.
I can't do it. Can you go fix my truck when you're done, too?
I might need to drive into town later. Meet up with the bros.
Not meeting up with anybody.
You think he has any bros?
No!
That's mean.
Nobody wants to hang out with Jonathan because everybody knows what an asshole he is. Think about it. Who's his friend? Not anybody at the bank.
He almost killed that guy. Remember the loan guy?
Yeah. Nobody likes Jonathan.
All right, maybe. So, as Martha's she's seeing all this buzzing, she's seeing these swarm of bees about to come after her, and she tries to run away.
I don't know what else you can do, because that tractor doesn't have any type of protection.
That's true. I mean,
you have to tell me.
You're either driving on the tractor away or you're running away. I mean, I don't know.
And if the bees look... Oh. So now we got...
What I hate is this.
Yeah.
As Clark speeds over to save his mom, Martha just...
She gets shot.
She just, flings herself.
She gets shot, dude.
Backwards, what? She tripped over something or whatever. Why are there random... Okay, so he takes her to the...
That's not how you escape bees?
Basement, what is it? Shelter?
I thought this is where he keeps his ship.
Yeah, but what's it called?
Oh, yeah, no, it'd have to be... So Kansas, it had to be a hurricane shelter, tornado shelter.
Okay.
And so now that's where Clark...
It's a good thing they have essentials in there. I saw a pair of roller skates.
Well, it's like Blast from the Past. You never know how long you're going to be in there.
And so they waited out. He put his mom in there and waited for the bees to leave. And so he sped right back to the crackhead headquarters. And he confronted Sasha. And Sasha just how'd you get over here?
Yeah, that's all she's going to be able to ask. And so she goes, Clark, you're not going to be able to stop me. My parents told me that I have to be the winner. This is the world. This is how everybody becomes a leader. You're not a leader. This is mine. It's once again her emotions are changing.
Yeah.
So it was satisfied. It was believing I've won. It was now anger. It is now scared.
Yeah.
So it truly goes through the entire emotional cycle where now her bees have turned against her. She immediately gets stung by one, says I'm allergic, and says, "Oh, Clark!" And then passes out. And passes out.
Yeah, it was just so weird. It's I'm allergic to bees. Bro, you live with bees.
Well, yeah, but she never was stung by a bee.
She's an idiot.
And then she passes out after one sting.
Now, let's talk about this part. So the bees swarm in, break the glass in this crackhead headquarters, and Clark decides to get
how did the bees
screwdriver?
How did they break the glass?
I guess swarming. I don't know, bro. It's like in Black Mirror. Remember that Black Mirror episode with the bees?
Ooh, good call.
But those were actual robots.
Yeah, what if these are too?
Drones.
We just don't know.
So Clark throws a screwdriver at a propane tank and it blows up.
Yeah.
It blows up the whole shack.
Have you ever done that?
And then he was just looking for any excuse to pile on top of Sasha, unconscious on the ground.
No, that's not true. He was trying to kill all the bees, which obviously we now found the reason why they have shot Sasha at the crack house so that they could blow up this little tiny place.
So, do you think her parents are going to be more mad that she didn't win the election or that she blew up the shack of their property?
Well, I don't know where her property is. I think that may be her home.
Right there.
You think that's her house?
That's the house, bro.
There's no way that's her house. Nobody even comes outside to check on them.
Oh, what was that noise?
Nobody even comes and looks. It's just, once again, Clark with fire on him. Having somebody else's body in his hands.
God, Tom just looks so good, man. It's got the little smoke and the ashes all over, the burnt skin.
Hey, Pete, calm down.
So we open up, like, Clark goes, and what does he do with Sasha? He takes her to the hospital or something?
That's all he does. And that's pretty much the end, because does he even tell the police what Sasha does? We don't even find out what happens to Sasha.
Yeah. And so...
That was also my other question, though, before you go on. What happened to Felice? She's just in a coma.
Well, maybe she'll wake up.
She's probably never going to wake up.
I hope so.
What?
I don't like her. Why would I want her back?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to the party for Paul Chan because he ended up winning this election.
Because Chloe endorsed him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why her article on the endorsement was such a huge factor. Clark is now walking around, and the biggest travesty is that he has his shirt tucked in his pants. I don't understand why he wants to look like he's 45 years old. He looks like that he works at Office Depot.
He was raised by Jonathan Kent. He tucks his shirt in every day.
He has a pen in his front pocket. He's never going to use that pen, Joseph. Who told him to put that
Pete
pin
is
there?
such a crybaby, dude. Like, oh my god. I can't believe we didn't win, Clark. Now we're never going to hang out again.
That's exactly what he's upset with. He now understands that Clark is not going to be hanging out with him. There's no sleepovers. There's no lunchtime. I am now full-time with Lex.
And I do like what Clark, saying to Chloe, he's like, you're right to endorse Paul, and, I was just in a popularity rush here, so. And Chloe says, you know what? You're practicing humility right now, and I like it. So good for you.
This is how leaders are born. It's because they're able to accept the loss.
Mm-hmm.
Lex then shows up and
he's smiling, bro. He walks in happy as shit.
He's like, hey, Lana, look at this place. It's so busy in here. Lana, don't worry. It's going to remain busy. Why? Because I ratted them out to the news reporter.
Yeah, Beanery apparently has some sketchy health reports.
How did you find this out? I have my sources, a.k.a. Chloe, who happen to has friends everywhere, who then gave me the dirt. I think Lana's an awful person for this. This is like a family paper company Michael Scott
doing these
thing.
type of things that she's doing at 14 years old, I would be terrified.
What if the Beanery was run by like a small family and the Beanery was their only source of income? What now?
Bro, they're probably just crying at home right now.
It's like
we can't feed Tiny Tim.
We're supposed to hide those health violations. We thought nobody would know.
Someone's getting their ass beat over there, that family, dude.
No, their family's probably all gonna hang themselves.
Damn, bro. Poor guys.
Lana's fault.
This is like a cup of coffee, like the last Beanery cup they have before they go.
Oh my god. To the Beanery.
They're wearing shirts, the aprons. And so Lex says, you know what, Lana? I'm so impressed, actually. Very impressed. You did great.
He's impressed because this is some evil genius thing that he would do.
And Clark walks up and Lex says, sorry about the election, but, oh, yeah, what does Clark say? Does Lex say it or Clark say it?
No, it's Clark that says it because then he makes the comment about his father and how I think it's something about the loss and how he always says that.
You learn more when you lose.
Yeah. Which, such a Jonathan thing to say. You want to know why? Because Jonathan always lost.
He's learned a lot.
And this is what Clark has to learn, because Clark is going to lose every time. Does Clark ever become a winner?
Dude, he is literally an alien.
He
won.
chooses to lose.
Well, dude, he knew it wasn't his cup of tea.
Well, it's Clark saying, I'm not which, by the way, to your point about you bringing up how Lex had a storyline about being the president, Clark even mentions there, I can't be in politics, can't be a politician.
You need 2 different personalities.
Boom.
Dude. And he ends up having to do that, regardless.
Yeah, but except, is it really a different personality?
Well, kind of, because remember, he poses Clark as a nerd and, you know, clumsy, things like that, like someone who wouldn't suspect him of being.
I still feel like that's how he is.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
But yeah, and then even Lex mentions, like, you know, someday I'd like to be president.
In that case, you can have your slogan back. You know what, Clark? It's okay. You can keep it because it was from a book that I quoted.
Yeah, and so after that party, we go back to the mansion. We have Carrie Castle showing up. Dude, it's crazy that actually no one was unannounced here. It's all expected.
I was waiting for each person.
I had marked them down. I was like, man, now I'm looking at it. No one's unannounced here.
Yeah.
That's a first.
It's each person was being invited. Even Sasha was invited to the barn. Since when is somebody invited to the barn?
And so Lex basically is making a proposal here. He tells Carrie, I'm impressed with what you did. You know, few people have caught me with my guard down. So, cool. But get this, you know. How about this? You know, if you remove that article and I get you a job, maybe that's open at your company right now. That's better than what you wanted.
Do you want a head position of managing editor at the Journal? Do you want that type of position?
And she even says that position is not open.
I work there.
Yeah.
And what I love is Lex's whole thing about this is he just goes on, yeah, it's not a big deal or anything. You can do whatever you want. Send out your article. Just know there's going to be an office in the back that's empty if you're interested.
Yeah, just get rid of the article.
Do you want a corner office?
You want to blow me?
By the way, that is so told. And it's like, there is no way that is not a part of the agreement after they are shaking hands here.
Oh,
but
for sure.
Lex is still not going to let one thing go, though. Tell me that my father is the one that hired you.
Yeah.
Tell me it was. So this also brings up my other question to you, Joseph. Is she having sex with Lionel, too?
Man, I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, my God. If I have another picture time
Now
moment.
she's like, I've had the old bull. Now I want the young calf.
The old bull didn't give me that type of arrangement.
I love what he does say to her. He's like, come on, Miss Castle. I didn't insult your intelligence. Don't insult mine. Well, I know my dad was behind it.
What are you going to tell my father anyways? I'm going to tell him I took an offer I couldn't refuse. What do you think that was, Blowy?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. Look how they just looked at each other after they shook hands. That man, yeah, you got a deal. Let's have sex now.
All right, so now stop it with the pervertness. Now. We're getting to my favorite scene.
You love this scene,
oh
really?
Oh my God, do I love this scene so much. I didn't want to love
We've had better ones.
Fine, but as far as the...
It's nice.
Yeah.
Because Goo Goo Dolls are playing right now.
Oh, this is so... No wonder this scene's so good. And now this could be an unannounced.
Oh,
even though
you're right.
Clark even kind of seems very casual about her running in. But now we're back at the barn. Clark looks like he's cleaning up his campaign. Lana then is running in being like, hey, I missed you at the town. We couldn't talk much because it was so busy. And Clark I'm assuming that's now a good thing because you've been bitching about it this entire week.
Yeah.
And so this is where she is kind of pulling a Taylor in a little bit. She is not believing what she did was a good thing because she realizes that she ended up killing an entire family.
Mm-hmm.
So because she was able to take their source of income, she doesn't think that it was a good idea. However, there is a little bit of satisfaction because her business is going to prosper.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice because it is choosing to do the right thing or to be successful. She chose to be successful. And there are times where you have to make those choices.
Yeah. No, completely agree, man. And so Clark is just basically admitting, he's like, yeah, I don't even know why I was running. I feel like it was just a popularity thing with me. Because, yeah, like to your point from earlier, whole thing was he wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
He wants to fit in.
He just wanted to feel like that he was a part of a group, which is why what we didn't acknowledge, which I'll acknowledge now, is that Sasha earlier was saying, Clark, this is my thing. You need to drop out of it. You don't have your own things. This is my thing. Sasha, what's his thing?
What is his thing?
What's his thing? I would love to hear. Sasha, please. What's his extracurricular activity that Clark is doing right now that you're saying is his thing, that this can't be his? Tell me, Sasha. Tell me. You know so much.
She's an idiot.
She's an idiot.
And so he does talk about, it's like, you know what? It just sucks because I had wrote that speech finally and no one's ever going to get to hear it. And
Lana.
I'll let you continue.
I want to hear the speech.
Right now.
Speech.
And so he goes and busts it out, dude.
Of course, if Lana is the one that's telling you, I want to hear your speech, then you're going to read her your speech. And to end my episode, she is smiling at him, he is smiling at her, and he starts presenting his speech so that somebody's able to.
She was like truly excited, like wanted to hear this man talk.
And my only thing is, and I love the whole speech.
Did you want to hear more of it?
No.
Oh, I wanted to hear the rest.
I was actually hoping they weren't going to show me the speech. I actually love the panning out of the camera.
And fading out because you don't hear him anymore?
Yes, that's really what I was hoping for. I just wish it's once again going back to what he was talking to Lana earlier about. I'm here to look out for my friends. Even with the speech, make a comment about Lana. Like, make like a line that she told you that you inputted in the speech so that she has realized, oh, he is always thinking about me all the time. I just need you to throw in these subtle hints for me, Clark, so then we could get this going. Right now, you are burying yourself into this friend zone.
He loves it.
He loves it.
He's cozy, dude.
He says, oh my God, Lana, the sun's out every day. No, it is rainy, it is cold, get out.
And so, yeah, it pans out and closing credits on Goo Goo Dolls, bro. I'm going to give this episode, I'm honestly going to give it like an 8.5.
I'm actually going to give it 7.5.
Okay.
Because I don't think it was one of the best, but it was very, very entertaining. A lot happened.
Actually, 8.5's a little high.
Oh, dude, 8.5, you're getting a Nicodemus level. You need to calm down.
Is that what we set for?
You're getting a leech
well,
and a
let me go.
Nicodemus.
I'll give it an 8.1.
That's fine. No, it's fine. 8.1. It's definitely
I wonder
a good
what the
one.
IMDb rating is for that.
Probably not a good one, I would imagine.
Maybe so.
IMDb is always the opposite of what we believe. I think it's because...
7.3.
Told you.
So it's close to you.
Yeah, but it's because I'm a harsh critic.
So we didn't get to talk about, of course, that Lana. Lots of little hints here just because Lana's actually Insect Queen in the comics.
Yeah, for a portion of time. I said in one of our episodes.
Yeah,
a portion
did.
with Bug Boy. That she at one point became Insect Queen. And I don't know if they keep kind of hinting at that towards us, but in this one, she really did stay far away from the bees.
Yeah, that's true. And you know it was weird because the actress for Sasha, I could have sworn I recognized her for something.
She had to be from something, right?
But get this, she didn't have many credits, but she has one credit for That 70s Show. Do you remember the episode where Jackie has her prom or whatever because she's obviously still in school and they're out, and she invites them for the Christmas ball?
She's the mean cheerleader?
No, she's the one of the ones that loves Eric. Because he's older.
Because he's a fan.
Because he's older.
And he graduated.
Yeah, they graduated, and she's one of those girls.
I'm going to have to go back to that episode.
I love that episode.
That episode's good.
It's so good. Other than that, I mean, we made those presidential references, of course. But, I mean, if you really think about it, too, when Lex talks about, wanting to be president, he does become president. Remember that Justice League episode?
Yes.
And it's the storyline where he kills Flash, and he played Flash in Justice League. Michael Rosenbaum. I love it.
He is such the perfect voice for Flash.
He really is.
It's because he talks so fast.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly.
He's so witty, bro.
Yeah, and that's exactly why it's so great for him to be the voice. Just make us that old Justice League cartoon again,
dude. For real. Well, that's it, bro. We have episode 18 Drone finished. On to episode 19 Crush next week.
Everybody, we are close here. We are so close to the end of season 1.
We get Adam Brody next episode, dude.
You mean my twin?
No.
He's my twin.
No.
Everybody said that me and Adam Brody look exactly alike. That whenever I would watch OC back in the day, I'd be like, you know what? I just feel like I'm watching myself. He's a comic nerd, and he ends up with Summer, and he ends up writing his own comic. It's like I'm looking at a mirror of my own life.
He's also Shazam Jr.
Look at this. See, Adam Brody and me are just the same person.
Or Captain Marvel Jr.? What is this? Shazam Jr.?
No, it's Captain Marvel Jr.
Okay.
To Elvis based himself off of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, again, appreciate you listening in this week. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time.
Yeah, vote for me.